From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Portland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. You got 2 more hours locally here for 93.7 The Ticket content before we switch things over to national, and then we're back bright and early, 6 a.m. for early break. We do got the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson-El, joining us via stream, and there's plenty of things to talk about. The coaching carousel in the NFL out of control right now, and I know there's a guy that you're really hoping that you can land as the Raiders. Let me go through all 7. I believe there's 7. Let me properly count them out here. So yeah, you got the Ravens. They got an opening. Obviously Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants, Tennessee Titans, Atlanta Falcons, the Browns, the Cardinals, and those are your 7. John Harbaugh got fired today. Good morning, Pierson-El. I want your thoughts.
A bit shocking, honestly. I don't think he necessarily deserved that. I mean, he's been a key part of bringing your being a staple, to your organization. And I understand you're frustrated at things or whatnot. But a coach like that, you don't let walk out the door. I think there's only one clear hire, honestly, for the Ravens after that. And if they hire anybody else, it's a head scratcher. If Brian Flores isn't the coach for the Ravens, then I don't know what else you're going to be looking for. As far as other coaches that I think deserve that job, it's not like there was, a lot of coaches like last year to fit, Baltimore and everything like that. But you let a really good guy out of the door, and even if Flores is, the next coach and everything like that, I feel like, okay, like we'll see, where things can happen. He's been a head coach before and everything like that. But outside of him, I'm not sure who you bring in there. Stefanski, no, he's not going to be it. The Giants old head coach, the ball, no, like that's not.
What about this one I maybe like because of what he did with Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury.
No.
Okay.
And if honestly, that's the other one I'm upset about. You had a down year and
injured year, very, very injured year.
And for him, like it was a quarterback carousel, and they still was, operating well and everything like that. Terry was hurt for a year and everything like that. I don't think you get rid of Cliff. I think that for Washington, that was a bad move. That was a step backwards and everything like that. I think he's going to be a hot coordinator wherever he goes. But even the whole Lamar stuff, no, I'm not. I don't think Kingsbury is a good move necessarily for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you're just in tough waters because you have to find someone who's going to be the replacement for 18-time year head coach for the Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh, who, why I don't like firing him is everyone, maybe you can call it you wasted the talent. How many people said Lamar Jackson wasn't that good, that he can't do it?
A lot of people.
And then he kept tinkering with that team. And then all of a sudden he put together a really good roster and a roster that excelled playing around Lamar Jackson's style. And they bring in Derrick Henry. And then we went through it yesterday, but you got a drop ball last year in the playoffs, a missed field goal this year to get into the playoffs.
I don't understand how that's John Harbaugh's fault.
You can maybe say it's Tucker's fault. You want to go all the way back then? If he was still available, he'd maybe knock it through. I mean, that's a tough one. You have to find a great coach to replace him.
Again, like I said, that's a tough one, and I hope they figure it out. And maybe the next coach, brings them a Super Bowl, brings you close to what he's done and everything like that. They still have Eric DaCosta as the GM, to my knowledge, which he's been groomed for that role. He'll draft well, he'll do well. Not worried about that, but I mean I'm a bit of loss for words. I understand you were mad and frustrated at it, but I don't think that was the right move to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, the Ravens were competitive every year outside of this one. And even this year.
This year, Lamar was hurt for majority of the year. So,
yeah, and they were winning games with Huntley. Regardless. So they'd lose plenty with Huntley, but they'd also find ways to squeak wins out to keep that train alive. And then again, you missed the playoffs, but you're a one field goal away. And this is like the first bad year, which is the bad year, but you had injuries along the way to where, you just kind of scratch your head at it. It's, we did it here in Nebraska. Anytime you fire a coach who's been pretty solid for you, who's been getting you close to the margin, what you replace them with is incredibly important. If you drop the ball on this one, there's a chance you slide your organization in a very bad direction. And it's a lot tougher to climb up the mountain than it is to slide down it.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And like I said, I mean, I look at the Seattle's coach. He was the former DC of Baltimore and everything like that. There's only, like I said, there's only one guy that fits that mold. And as I said, if it's not Brian Flores that takes that job for Baltimore, again, like I said, I'm not sure who are you going after to replace John Harbaugh. I don't. There's no offensive coordinator gurus out there that makes a splash. There's no Ben Johnsons out there. Like I said, I like Cliff, but and I may be if it is Cliff, that may be one thing, but
that's just the best name I can throw out there. Again, I don't like the idea of firing John just to get Cliff Kingsbury or John Harbaugh just to get Cliff Kingsbury. But if that's what's there, maybe, or you do go get Flores. I don't hate that. I think Flores has been criminally just kind of, he said some mean things with Miami. Well, it wasn't good. I'll say that much. Maybe he went too far, but he's repented for it.
I mean, what he's done with the Steelers defense in the time in the wake after what happened with Miami and everything like that. If you go back and look at when he was the linebackers coach with the Steelers and everything like that, they were at a different place when he's the past 2 years he's been the DC of a team, and the Vikings have been great. Like I said, if you want to for sure up your defense to where your best player, if he does go down, the rest of the defense looks the way it did, then I mean, I can see that fits the most. But I good luck with Baltimore. That one hurt. That one hurt. But yeah. Harbaugh, I think Harbaugh will be probably the first coach hired anywhere, and he will be the pick of the litter. He's gonna get any and every job. I hope the Raiders get him as a coach. I hope so.
Would you touch the Rams offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like any of them. I would have just kept John Harbaugh, but that's what you're left with. The names they do bring up are Todd Monken. You threw them out there. Mike LaFleur, Cliff Kingsbury, and they got a ton of other names that aren't really worth mentioning.
With them, I don't see them taking a gamble on an inexperienced head coach.
You can't. You're in the prime.
I just don't like you. Like they're in a win now. You got rid of a guy that was winning. So it has to be somebody with head coach experience, and I think the best now. I think the best person necessarily for that, like I said, is Flores. Outside of that, I mean, Belichick might can throw his name in there. I mean, that wouldn't be terrible, but that's just not. I think that's taking a few steps back in that organization. I just there's outside of Brian Flores, I don't really see a clear cut guy that can go in there really that fits them both sides identity wise and everything like that. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not even. There's nowhere to disagree with you on that. Like bad move for me personally. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they turn it up next year, but I'm leaning on the side that they don't. I mean, you got a team that's a back-to-back, or was it back-to-back with Lamar? Either way, 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. You got Derrick Henry. How many years left?
He should have won. He should have won the MVP again last year.
Yeah, you could definitely make the argument. I mean, the stats, yes, he should have won it. And then maybe 2 years ago, Josh Allen, they kind of reversed him, or you just give them both to Lamar. But he's in the prime of his run right now. If you guys moved on from your head coach, you got him to that prime. Again, I can't get over the fact that how many people are saying, well, Lamar Jackson can't do this. He can't even have a game where he throws over 400 yards without having 3 picks. And then he starts doing it consistently. And then he's, like we said, maybe could have 3 MVPs, but he's got 2 MVPs and he's in the prime of his career. You got Derrick Henry. How many more years of him do you have? Like, this isn't a time to kind of shake the box up to see what you have. What you had was pretty good, in my personal opinion. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of great names that can replace him. What best fits John Harbaugh if he moves on to another location with the 7 vacancies that we mentioned? Because he's going to have to pick the litter, like you said.
Depending on what he wants to do, where he wants to go, does he want to stay in the AFC? Does he want to stay in? Does he want to go to the NFC? I think
we got Raider Nation down here.
I mean, you're playing against your brother. I mean, that's my favorite pick. And I understand, they have some other things, but a cultural wise and everything like that, stability wise and everything like that, I think John Harbaugh, whatever he says, what you're looking for, with everything, I think John Harbaugh has that. I just don't know if the Raiders have enough to entice him. I think the most put together team probably, honestly, which would be the easiest move, would be the Giants.
Yeah.
You got everything that you need on offense. You got just about everything that you need on defense. Your defensive stars on that side, you got Lawrence is locked down. Your defensive line is locked down and everything like that. He doesn't have to do too much on that side. The offensive side is figured out. Now would it just be he has a good pedigree enough to where he can pull anybody away from just about any team to come and go with him and coach it. Who's to say Monkey won't go with him to New York if he does go? I think they're the best built team. That I think just day one walking in there, I think that he makes them a lot better and competitive. I think that's the easiest fix.
Falcons.
That wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I think Falcons is the other one where I can see him.
Close second.
If you're going for a location, the only thing why I say Raiders is you could probably get a lucrative deal and give me the reins. And you got Tom Brady who's going to invest more. If that's a plus or a con, it depends on how you view Tom Brady's involvement in it. And I don't know what that means. He said he was going to be involved this year. You didn't really see much of it, but I'd imagine he can get the reins. And no one's going to really tell him what to do because that place is a dumpster fire, but it'd have to be a lucrative deal, and they're going to have to give him some leeway. But then you get the number one pick. And, I mean, if you're the Raiders, do you trade down? Or do you?
I would.
Yeah, I think you would. Because Geno Smith is, I don't think he's the problem there.
No, I don't.
Load up on talent. And, if you could sway John Harbaugh on a good deal, what you want to do with the number one pick, unless he's in love with, Mendoza or Simpson or Dante Moore if he decides to go to the NFL. I think you trade down.
I don't think quarterback is the right move necessarily for the Raiders right then and there at that point.
I agree.
I honestly, now that you said the Falcons, I'm stuck between the Falcons and the Giants, and with the Falcons and them being in their division and everything like that, you step in to that. I think Raheem Morris he's definitely hit on his picks early on. That's hard to do. And that division is wide open. So I think that city would love Harbaugh, would love it.
I got a Raiders question. I must have missed this. We got off of YouTube. Same texter said Geno won't be back. He F-bombed the fans. What did I miss there? You get crazy with the fans?
I did not. I didn't see that as well.
Okay. Well, they might have deserved
it.
Well,
Raider fans are definitely passionate. And they're very, very vocal and everything like that. So they're gonna let you know how they feel, and fans. I won't say a lot of them necessarily don't understand necessarily what's going on, but it's very easy to blame Geno.
Well, especially when he's the guy that says "blame me" at the end of every game. He falls short for the Raiders every time. So and it was not all on him. I can promise you, it was not all on Geno Smith with that team.
I mean, you got that. You got a lot of quarterbacks that I think that you can get in free agency. You got Malik Willis. I think with the right offensive coordinator and everything like that, you can do something with. I mean, we've seen him in a LaFleur system and everything like that. Clearly, that works. So, I think he'll have a high price target and everything like that. I mean, he's very talented. He's experienced and everything like that. I don't think selecting a rookie quarterback gets you to where you need to be at, especially when you don't have, your coach figured out. Look at everybody in that division. They went out and have their coach, and their coach, picked their quarterback, and they're moving forward with that. Well, we don't have neither of that with the Raiders. The Chargers went out and got Jim Harbaugh. He had his quarterback. The Broncos went out and got Sean Payton. He got his quarterback. Mahomes and Andy Reid, they have their quarterback. So the Raiders don't have that. And that would be step one of identifying somebody who can take, leadership and that's going to be there more than a year, and then picking somebody who can be, the leader on the field. So that's their problem. But I don't think drafting a rookie quarterback gets you anywhere closer to that.
No, I'd give me Malik Willis any day. Like over trying to draft one of those guys. Like maybe some of them pan out. I'm not comfortable enough to say any of them for surely do. Look at one more from Greedy off YouTube. He said, "It ain't all on Geno, but flipping off the crowd is crazy." Yeah, that is.
Are you talking about in Seattle? He may be talking about that. I don't think that was towards Raiders fans. I think that was more so to Seattle fans because they were getting on Geno.
Oh, that could be it. And if that's the case, yeah. I mean, I don't think Geno's big. He wasn't great.
He's a veteran quarterback. You fix the offensive line. You have Genty in the backfield, which he broke Josh Jacobs' record, which is honestly like unbelievable with. And if you go back and look at the offensive line that kind of Josh Jacobs had his rookie year and everything like that, what he was able to do, it was probably a little bit more flashy or whatnot, but it was still a good season. But you go back, you beef up the offensive line and everything like that, bring in some veteran guys, draft some good guys to get in there and everything like that to, establish the run. I mean, look at what Jim Harbaugh, done with the Chargers. Like he established the run that opens the playbook a lot. So I think that's where they need to be at outside of finding the right head coach of fixing that. You fix the offensive line problem and everything like that. I think that gets everything rolling.
Quickly backtrack, and I know we mentioned the Falcons for a little bit there. They're in the midst of the coaching search, but also what do you do at quarterback? Because Kirk Cousins kind of gave your team a lot of life. Do you make him the guy next season? You'd have to reconvince Michael Penix Jr. to hang in the back seat, or, do you have to move on from Kirk Cousins?
Well, Kurt, I think, is still under contract. He signed a 3-year deal for.
But do you bench him again? Is what I'm saying. Like, do you put him back on the bench and try to?
Because Penix is coming back from is I think he has an ACL tear.
Yeah.
So you're rolling with Kurt. Period.
Okay.
And I mean, Penix has had injury issues and everything like that, and it's hit or miss. I still like him and everything like that, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying move on from him and everything like that, but he has to continue to stay healthy and whatnot.
Well, you have to. I mean, he's I had to look this up too because he's been incredibly injury prone. He's had 3 ACL injuries, 5 season-ending injuries so far through his collegiate career, and now 1 in the NFL.
It's unfortunate because I think he definitely has the talent to get there, and I don't know if that was more of a situation to where you bring him along kind of like Jordan Love. You pretty much
have to at this point. He's just, you do not want to rush him out there. When you got a guy playing as good as Kirk Cousins, you might as well roll with him.
So I think that's what that situation is and everything like that. But again, every new GM that comes in there and new coach coming in there, they're going to do things differently. I don't know if they're going to stick with Penix or not and everything like that. But that's, that the experiment might be, put on the shelf for a little bit.
Well said. Well, we'll dive into more NFL, and then I do want to talk some Husker football as well, as we got some new news. There's some breaking news. It put the fan base, I feel like, in a little bit better of a spot. So don't go anywhere. This is the Don't Punt Hour. We got the morning Pierson-El as always. Harrison Arms, myself. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at CoppellCars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with roof credit.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in segment number 2, Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. So you guys are always welcome to join in. We appreciate you as always. I'm going to ask you an impossible question. Good morning, Pierson-El. Fix the Browns. Who are you hiring?
That is.
I know it's not fair.
That's interesting.
I will say they made the right move getting rid of Stefanski.
I think so. I think so. A coach that I think do you go defensive minded? Do you go offensive minded?
I think you go. Well, if Shador's your guy and you truly believe in him, you maybe. I mean, the thing about offensive coaches is it's nice because they're
coming from an offensive coach, so I think they might go defense. Honestly.
Which, I mean, that's kind of the Browns. So, like, I got no problems with that if that's the style brand they want to play.
I mean, I think Saleh will be a very, sought after guy this year as well. I just don't know what he would take to kind of get him away from the 49ers again. But I think if you bring Saleh into the building and everything like that, I don't think that would be a bad, especially with how defense heavy and physical the AFC North is. I don't think Dayball would be a bad fit. I mean, given his resume with young quarterbacks and everything like that, I think that would be good if Dayball is hired there.
Do you think they can pull Spagnuolo?
You said who he went out? I didn't hear you.
Chiefs defensive coordinator Spagnuolo.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's my.
I mean, he's had numerous of times to go for, head coach. He's not going anywhere. I don't think he's going nowhere. Matt Nagy, who's also I think
no.
I'm just saying. I mean,
yeah, I know we're throwing spaghetti.
Offensive guy, you know what I mean. I think they might. I think it's a flip of a coin of which way it might go. Do you bring in an offensive guy to kind of further progress the Shador thing, or do you bring in a defensive guy who builds off of your defense to compete in the AFC North? Because you got offensive guys that you're gonna have to figure out, and you got pieces on that defense to do things. But I mean, you're going against Joe Burrow, you're going against A-Rod, because I'm assuming he'll get re-signed back with the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers will move off of him.
You pulled Mike McCarthy. He didn't land anymore, right? He was off the entire season. I think he's still out there.
He's not. I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. I imagine someone will land Mike McCarthy, and I think the Browns would fit. Well, I mean, anything I think is going to be an upgrade from the Stefanski show, because that was just a disaster.
McCarthy, I think McCarthy would be a good fit. He's really well respected, been around. I mean, even with his time in Dallas, they were very, very successful.
Same thing with Green Bay. He had success there.
Yeah, so I think that's a strong fit. I actually like McCarthy with that.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen out of the mix on a lot of these. So I don't know if he's just not picking up phone calls or what, or if he's just like I did the Jerry Jones ride just scarred him and he wants a little bit longer of a break. But I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of teams trying to reach him. I mean, with the 7 openings, it's crazy. The Cardinals is one I feel weird about because they win 3 games this year. I don't know what the direction.
Three or 4. I can't remember exactly what. I think they're going to move off of Kyler Murray. I think.
Yeah,
I think we see him traded in the draft. The team looked better with Brissett operating stuff. The offense looked better and everything like that. I think that's just it. It's done. Kyler and Tua need new destinations.
Are you surprised to all see Mike McDaniel still coaching the Dolphins, or did you think he was going to be another name out there? Because that was the guy that I feel like a lot of people were waiting, and we got to Black Monday and it didn't happen. It's Tuesday, and now he's in talks with working with the GM.
No, I'm not. I'm a little bit surprised, but I mean, they came out and said stuff early on and everything like that. So I thought that was kind of put to bed. If you got people backing you and everything like that, I mean, I think there's other issues. I think Mike was a bit of a piece of it, but I also thought, Tua was the other, if it's 60-40, I thought for sure 60% of it was Tua.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to disagree there. I mean, it's been tough to kind of see these past few seasons, and he got a little bit of a reality check, I feel like. So hopefully for McDaniel, like it sets in that, man, I'm getting to the point where they don't need.
I think his seat is warm, very warm. Depending what they do, up to, with this upcoming year and everything like that, he has to make some things happen.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, it would be not a bad spot. I mean, the Miami Dolphins, outside of the quarterback, it's not like it's been a disaster.
I mean, you had that Tyreek got hurt, and after he went hurt, the offense just wasn't necessarily the same. Waddle has been, off and on in injuries and everything like that. So they have some pieces that they got to figure out what they want to do on the offensive side.
If they can get the ball going through the air, like they got a really good run game they can pair it up with. They just got to get that passing game going. So I can kind of see why the Dolphins held on just a little bit, because you did have some pieces that were there. It's just the passing game has been really disappointing. And then obviously some parts will fall into it. Waddle, he's great when healthy, but even when healthy, he's more of like a wide receiver 2, can be a 1 in certain moments. And then, with Tyreek Hill, that was a huge blow for those guys. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. We got 7 teams that all need a new coach. And we'll wait to see who these guys all get left. I think John Harbaugh's obviously the biggest fish in there. I do think Cliff Kingsbury, Mike McCarthy, Flores, I think all those guys are certainly going to get some phone calls. I would not be surprised to them to get some spots.
Solid, I think there's probably, about 4 strong candidates that I'm like, okay, if these guys aren't picked for head coaching jobs this year, I don't know what teams are doing.
Final NFL guy, potential NFL guy, I should say. Deion Sanders. Do you think there's any team that takes a chance? Like the Browns?
Potentially. I think there's probably interest there and everything like that. I mean, the Raiders, depending, again, selling tickets and everything like that, getting people excited and everything like that. I mean, I can see it happening. I'm just not sure if it's going to happen.
No, it's just a fun one to throw out there, because I do think he'd be. I mean, the thing about Deion Sanders is he's got connections. Like, he can put a good staff around him. I think that's probably one of his best strengths, is I think he could find a lot of dudes that got a ton of NFL experience that would work with him. And I think they could put a solid coaching staff with whatever team he lands on, but it's all going to depend on him. I know with Colorado, things aren't going the way he wants.
It would be scary if he goes to the Raiders and they trade the number 1 pick to acquire Shador and a gang of picks, but that would be very interesting. That's just hypothetically thinking and, going down a rabbit hole.
I'd watch. I'll tell you that much. I would definitely turn on and watch the Raiders.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah. You guys get TV time on national TV. You get some good time slots, especially early on the season. And if things went well, you guys would be on every night. That guys need to be better in there, because the Chiefs, Chargers, I mean, that's a tough division. I think the Chiefs will be right back next year. It'll be interesting to see what the Raiders do, because this year was, just unfortunate. But you do got number 1 pick, and they got some moves at the very least. They're not like some of these other teams where they feel like they're kind of dead in the water. The Crosby thing sucks.
I'm interested to see what the Falcons and the Giants do, because I think they really have strong teams. The guys that was the head coach there, I really felt they were the best guys for the situation, and because of circumstances, it just kind of fell a little bit short. And it's a performance league, and people just didn't have a little bit more patience to buy in with some things and everything like that. And I think they pulled things just a little bit too early. So I'm anxious to see who do you bring in to replace that, because I thought that they had good guys running the team and was moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I was way too high on him. I thought so too. I'll just be wrong on that. But like I said, I think they're not totally backed up into a corner. They got some spaces ahead of them. So it'll be interesting. We'll definitely talk about it, because these things are going to start filing in eventually here. And we'll talk about them one by one as these teams announce their new head coaches. But let's get to Husker football. We got some commits. Let me double check here and refresh it. Yeah, so we're at 7 incoming transfers right now. The main one that everyone's talking about is obviously the quarterback. They get out of the transfer out of UNLV. He was at Virginia as well. And they get Anthony Calandria. There we go. Anthony.
A little bit of film on him and everything like that. Real mobile quarterback. He's decisive. Again, he's looking for a change and everything like that. But I mean, the kid can ball.
This is where I landed on it. It's kind of like the Caleb Williams. Like, how the out of system stuff is awesome when it works. Sometimes you go out of system and it ends up at a 3-and-out. And that's the part where, again, I don't know. He could be a great fit. Obviously, you needed to make a move. Whether you're going to go with TJ Lateef or not, you want some competition in that room. And I think with you bringing him in here, they're not going to say he's the starter, but it's his job to lose. I think at this point. He is a dual threat. He can sling it. He had a really rough couple of years at Virginia, and then he turned it around. I think it was like 26 touchdowns, maybe 7 interceptions, somewhere around that ballpark. Not bad numbers whatsoever. It's just, does that significantly move the optimism for you heading into next season to have that locked down, or are you still wait and see till fall?
I'm still wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people still are. Well, we did get some offensive linemen as well out of Iowa State, Brendan Black, who I'm going to give the stars. I don't pay these stars a whole lot of attention because we've had 4 stars and it hasn't always panned out. Then they also got Tree Babalade out of South Carolina. He plays
good SEC guy.
Plays that tackle, and he's got a lot of reps. So he's a guy that you've seen live tape on him in the SEC. So I feel like you know where you're getting with him. And they also got some help at linebacker. They got Will Hawthorne out of Iowa State. Obviously, Iowa State.
There wasn't nobody that came from Georgia Tech when coach committed. I mean, when the coach, the O-line coach was hired.
Not one.
Okay. I thought I seen something a while ago, but okay.
There might have been, unless all of a sudden they hit. It could have been a thing like Emma Johnson, put your name in the hat and take it back out right away. But no, I did not see anyone. And linebackers, like I said, you got Will Hawthorne, Dexter Foster out of Oregon State, and he was one of Ulrich's guys that he was recruiting. And then Owen Chambliss out of San Diego State. And those are all the guys we got so far.
Bringing in guys again. The linebacking core was young, a little bit inexperienced last year and everything like that. So clearly they're hitting. They have a target for positions to kind of get filled and situated and everything like that. It's still early or whatnot. So I'm not. I like what they're doing and everything like that, but it's still an unfinished product and it's still some work that needs to be done.
Well, we'll talk about some of the coaching staff as well on the other side and how optimistic we're feeling about that, and even just taking our feelings out of the side. What do they need to do in order to get this thing on track the way it should be going? Some people are saying be patient. Other people are saying I feel like we're taking the wrong turn here. We'll talk about that next. We'll talk some Husker football before we wrap things up. Don't Punt Hour to morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2026 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Don't Punt Hour before we kick things over to late night. And Lincoln, myself, and DP, the boss man of the station, will get you, all the way to January 7th as the clock hits midnight. All right. Good morning, Pierson-El. We also went through the transfers. We got some coaches as well that I don't know if we've really talked about to full extent yet. I think you're on a cruise, which well-deserved, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But have we talked about Jeep Wade yet? And obviously, Rich.
We talked about it a little bit, nothing in full, nothing. I don't think anything like not a deep dive or anything like that.
All right, it's a good thing to finish up on that. So with the way the coaching staff looks right now, I mean, how much does that move the needle? You get a guy out of San Diego State in great numbers. You can talk about the competition. You can talk about the system, the X's and O's. Do you want to run a 3-3-5? Do you want to run this? I don't care. Run what you're best comfortable with. That's what I want my coordinators to do. And then Jeep Wade, the offensive line coach. Again, really great numbers down there with Georgia Tech. Very heavy QB run offense, though, which is a little bit different. How are you feeling about those two hires now that we're a little bit into the process and now you potentially have your quarterback who can run, can show some stuff with his legs, and Anthony Colandrea?
I'm not tripping off of it coming from a QB run offense. The run game itself, execution, the X's and O's, guys, getting in there and doing the technical part of stuff and everything like that. He's had it figured out. He has an eye for it. That's what he's more of what fans, I would say, have been looking for, kind of that old school Husker power type of guy. So I feel like he has that pedigree, and that's what he would like. So again, new guy in. I think that needed a change, and the type of style of what he likes to do and everything like that, I think would be good for the guy. So I think that was out of the park home run hit with that. The defensive coordinator, his resume speaks for itself. Yes, I know he's at a lower division and everything like that, but ball is ball.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on I didn't see what exactly he said he would be doing. I think he runs the same system. I think, right?
He hasn't said anything yet.
So I'm more interested on that part of what he'll be doing and everything like that. But as far as the energy and the stuff that he has said of what he would like to do and everything like that, I like that. He's very aggressive and outspoken with making sure a unit is whole. So we just have to see, because Rule has he has a gift of gab. He can talk guys up. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what he says a little bit more. I do like him. I do like what he brings and everything like that. You still have X still there and whatnot and everything like that. So I think the right pieces are in place and everything like that, but just we'll have to see it after a little bit and kind of see what Coach honestly has more to say with being in there, being able to coach guys and everything like that.
What are your expectations for the offense? I know Dana Holgerson's been here, but I feel like a lot of people were. I could be wrong on this. Maybe you saw things differently. But when Satterfield was no longer the OC, I was expecting a more dramatically different looking offense. Nothing crazy, but it looked very similar still.
It's very difficult when your starting quarterback is changing the plays. So,
okay, fair enough, right?
I think that's the piece that hasn't come out or anything like that. So, with that not being, an obstacle and everything like that, we've seen what the offense was able to look like, even with, honestly, a hurt TJ. It depends. I think they have to address the running back issue and see what stuff is. We got some receiver. We got young receivers. They went in and brought some guys in the portal last year and everything like that. So we have to kind of see what's up with that. But I'm expecting Holgerson's offense to take hold a little bit more.
What do you think that looks like? What does the Dana Holgerson's offense look like next year? And I know this isn't fair because we're just kind of projecting here, but especially with the portal not being all said and done with. But what do you envision Holgerson at this point, when he's had quite a bit of time with the guys, and now he knows what the quarterbacks in the room are going to look like? Does it still look pretty similar to last year, or do you think we see significant differences and how we're all?
I think it'll be somewhat similar. Again, you don't bring in an offensive line coach that you bring in to not run the ball or to secure blocking and everything like that. I think in the Big Ten, you have to be able to run the ball. Mm-hmm. Look at the teams that are in the playoff now. That has to be it. It ends and starts, with that. I think Rule has been very, very open on he wanted to end games and finish games and everything like that. So I think that's gonna be in there. And
it stops the bleeding too when you can do that. Go look at that Alabama game. Alabama's biggest problem was they're one-dimensional. They get into a game where they're down on points. They can't slow the game down to save their lives.
I think if we have a dominant run game and everything like that, I think that opens up the play calling to be available to call whatever. You won't just have to be one-dimensional. Well, okay, I want to play, more people in the box. Okay, we can beat you, with throws and everything like that. Then if you want to play coverage and everything like that, then, we can open things up to, running the ball down your throat. So it gives you the flexibility of it. And I think Dana definitely was taking advantage of a lot of stuff. It's just it was hard with the offensive line not executing as much as they could. We couldn't really do a lot of play action stuff. We started to figure out to move the pocket a little bit. We were doing that with Latif, and we kind of seen how that went and everything like that. So He had to do things differently. They got Emmett a lot more involved in the passing game, which I was screaming for that from the jump. But you have a lot of pieces that you have to replace. Replacing Emmett is not going to be easy. Whether that's you found a guy in the room, which this is just my honest thinking. I don't think they necessarily have, which is why Emmett was kind of on a play count to make sure he makes it to the end of the season. That way they wouldn't get in that problem. That's why later in the season he was kind of the bell cow. So whether either you believe in somebody that's already in the room or you're going to get somebody out of the transfer portal, which I think they're not done just yet. So depending on the players that you get, the pieces to plug and play, we can see what he has to offer. But everywhere he's been, he's had studs at the receiver position, at the running back position. If you go back and look at, his days at West Virginia, look at the guys that he brought through and he had there, it was always, he had core pieces, core players at that. And I think he's not done picking and pulling guys, out of the portal to kind of flash and get what he wants.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. I don't think we're done yet with the portal, nor are players done hitting the portal. We're seeing some crazy stuff. We need to have time to get into it, but the Washington quarterback Williams is in a bit of a controversy with what's going on there. Decommitted, but Washington's saying, hold the phone, you're still on contract. You can't go to LSU quite. It's crazy. I mean, just for reference, before
to my knowledge, I think each player signs a 1-year contract. So
apparently he extended it already is the argument. We'll talk about it tomorrow. There's a lot of chaos we didn't have time for, but this is the craziest portal I've seen in a long time. We didn't even get to Oregon. Has 13 dudes that hit the portal already. They're in the semifinals, which is just unreal. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Appreciate you guys listening. Don't go anywhere. Me and DP, we'll wrap things up till midnight.
Things